Oklahoma ranks as one of the worst states in the country when it comes to meth. Some cities and other states are tackling it on their own by banning the sale of pseudoephedrine over the counter. But will it work here or cause more problems? 2 News reporter Marla Carter investigates in tonight's segment 2.
Good old Oklahoma, the sunshine, the beautiful flowers and trees, and the allergies.
I get a runny nose, I get stuffed up nose. A lot of times it'll actually go into my chest.
So to help, John does what many do by getting medicine over the counter. But the main ingredient that fights allergies, pseudoephedrine, is the main ingredient in meth. It's why you can only buy so many boxes of medicine with the drug a month. But that's still not stopping meth makers from getting it. Just ask the Holdenville police chief.
People will come in and bring several people with them and each buy a single box, which is, they call it smurfing. And then they'll take that box and they'll take it to the meth cook and they'll sell it to him and triple their money off what they paid for it.
The concern is the other crimes that meth leads to. This stack of papers represents just 2.5 months of copper sales just in Holdenville alone, a town of 4,500. The police chief says people sell the copper to get money for meth.
We're seeing an increase in copper thefts, scrap metal thefts. People are just taking stuff from like farms and things like that, equipment, selling it as scrap metal.
So city leaders recently took action, making tablet pseudoephedrine prescription only. It's something this Holdenville pharmacist supports.
I think meth is the scourge of the earth, is what I think.
Before the city law, he says no one asked for pseudoephedrine products. But now?
I think a lot of people, they got it at Walmart here in town, and since Walmart's abiding by the law too, they thought, well, we'll just come down here and we'll get it from these guys, and you know, they couldn't get it here either, so I guess they're having to go out of town. I've heard people say, well, let's just go over to Seminole and get it.
Just 20 miles north to get the goods. And the police chief knows it.
It is a concern. We are currently looking at Holdenville's policy.
McAllister, Wagner, and Shoto have all passed similar laws. Still, as an allergy sufferer, John doesn't think he should have to go through a bigger hassle to get his allergy medicine. Especially people can just go to the next town to buy pseudoephedrine.
Me being a law-abiding citizen, I've already given up the fact that I'll give up my driver's license, my social security number to buy a box of Advil. I should not have to go to my doctor just to get a script.
But John says he'd be okay with it if it becomes a state law. Only 2 states have taken it that far. Oregon and Mississippi both require prescriptions for pseudoephedrine. The law has been in place for 5 years in Oregon, and in that state, officials report a 96% decrease in meth labs. Meanwhile, Mississippi made the law last year, and state leaders say they've seen a 66% decrease. So far, Oklahoma hasn't been able to pass such a law on a statewide level. Wardlow feels his community is doing what it can.
We're hoping that the surrounding towns will follow suit.
One thing everyone does seem to agree on, the meth problem is an epidemic, and something has to be done. Marla Carter, 2 News works for you.
Oregon and Mississippi officials tell us that pseudoephedrine sales went up in surrounding states when they passed their laws. Now, Missouri has looked at it, but like Oklahoma, it hasn't passed a statewide measure. The Oklahoma House will have an interim study to look at making pseudoephedrine prescription only.